What's up, you guys? It's the Man Channel, Wednesday, the 23rd, January 2013. Let me get into this article. It's under WND Politics by Joe Kovacs. Joe Kovacs is an award-winning journalist and since 1999, executive news editor of WND. He is the author of the two best-selling books, Shocked by the Bible, The Most Astonishing Facts You've Never Been Told, and its 2012 sequel, The Divine Secret, The Awesome and Untold Truth About Your Phenomenal Destiny. And his article is entitled WND Media. CBS newsman Obama must pulverize GOP, says to cement his legacy. He must go for the throat. I mean, when I watch, I try not to watch the propaganda whore media because I know how all these whores get their job. There are a bunch of brown nosers, there are a bunch of butt kissers, they're a bunch of bootlickers, they're a bunch of front runners, whatever you guys want to call them, yuppies. They're morons. They don't know anything. They honestly don't. They wanted to be reporters and anchormen, but now they see themselves reading off teleprompters without a single brain cell in their head. So I try not to watch the mainstream dinosaur whore media because I get really upset when I see a bimbo make a joke about either murdering a patriot or trying to demonize someone who's not even a bad person. I mean, somebody posted on their Facebook, they were just so disgusted how Barack Obama tried to associate himself with Martin Luther King Jr. on his inauguration day. You know what I mean? Like, they try to make it he swears in with MLK's Bible. It's totally stupid. I mean, if you think that, these two guys relate in any way. And when I read the status update of my, I'm not going to name who put it, but he put that, he was just totally disgusted with how Obama tries to mask himself with MLK's, what he did. And, you know what I mean? It's like, no, you're nowhere, near him. You're nowhere. Barack Obama he doesn't hold a match to MLK. And I put, if MLK was alive today, he would be labeled a terrorist, just like we all are these days. If you're talking about peace and love and liberty and pretty much everybody getting along, unity, equity, anyone who talks about these things nowadays gets called a terrorist. That's like the key word for anyone who doesn't go along with your Agenda 21 garbage, and it's pathetic. You got, the British wanting to secede from from Europe. You got the 50 states, well, actually more, wanting to secede from the United States. I mean, it's like the people know what the government is doing, and we're not part of it. We don't want to be any part of it. And here you got CBS newsmen saying that Obama needs to pulverize the GOP. Why do you think? Well, because so that the grassroots movement never starts. The political director of CBS News is now calling on President Obama to declare war on the Republican Party and completely destroy his opposition. And let me get one thing straight for you Democrats out there, you fake libertarians out there, you authoritarian control freaks, you psychotic maniacs of just wanting to manipulate everything. Let me tell you guys something. This country is not a democracy. This country is a republic. There is a constitution in our Bill of Rights that pretty much are uninfringible. You cannot take back what the founding fathers have established here in this country. You cannot try to overthrow that. They have made it so that the grassroots, the American people, the citizens, can at any time they want rise up and take their government back. I mean, you know what I mean? But then you got a government that's trying to dumb down society on purpose so that they don't know anything, not even how to tie their shoes, so that they could try to get away with all this crap. Obama's only remaining option is to pulverize, writes John Dickerson, who also is the chief political correspondent for the left-leaning state. Morons. Whenever I hear the word left, I think stupidity, morons, just idiots, wanting to drive everyone into a hellhole. It's like, you guys, You guys need to go back and do some history. You guys need to go and read the Bible. You guys need to go and read the Constitution, because you guys don't know anything about any of that. You guys are just a bunch of control freaks. You guys think that you're living in some dystopic, like, non-realistic matrix that you can just manipulate all day. You know, there is something about treating other people right that if you don't do it, it's going to come back to you. You see, that's why every empire has fallen, because no tyrant, no dictator, he cannot control everything, man. No matter how ridiculously corrupt you are, you cannot get on with this charade for too long. You will get destroyed. Whether he succeeds in passing legislation or not, given his ambitions, his goal should not be to delegitimize his opponents. Through a series of clarifying fights over controversial issues, he can force Republicans to either side with their coalition's most extreme elements or cause a rift in the party that will leave it, at least temporarily, in disarray. Over the weekend, Dickerson wrote a lengthy playbook for Obama and Democrats, saying Washington's partisan rancor, the size of the problems facing government, and the limited amount of time before Obama is a lame duck all point to a single conclusion. The president, who came into office speaking in lofty terms about bipartisanship and cooperation, can only cement his legacy if he destroys the GOP. If he wants to transform American politics, he must go for the throat. I mean, this is absolute traitor, like, rhetoric here, you guys. CBS is now coming under fire for its apparent lack of objectivity in its reporting. There's no pretense these people are journalists anymore. Top rated radio host Rush Limbaugh. If you got Rush Limbaugh discrediting the corporate whore media, I mean, what does that tell you guys out there? Nobody's buying your fake teleprompter reading acting anymore of oh, politically correct bull crap this, politically correct bull crap this. We don't care. We know what is right and what is wrong, and we're not going to have some bloody redcoat on CNN tell us what is right and wrong, you know? Someone who in his own country is not wanted. Someone who in his own country has made has caused, criminal offenses against his own government. I mean, we're not gonna take advice from a guy like that, especially when this rhetoric is so transparent and ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. If you guys watch the news, you guys will be like, your mind will go spinning about how bizarre it is that these people have to act so ridiculously silly to try to get their lying past you, because they know to a good ratio, there are still a lot of people asleep compared to a lot of people that are not asleep. So they're just putting on an act for you guys who are still asleep and believe in all their garbage. There's no pretense. These people are journalists anymore, said top radio host, Rush Limbaugh. You will not find in 8 years of Reagan anything like what you're reading today about eliminating the Democrats, pulverizing the Democrats, going for the throat, wiping them out. That's not what Reagan was. That's not what Reagan did. Reagan won in the arena of ideas. Reagan won people's hearts and minds. Obama's not doing that. Obama's not winning with his ideas. Obama's not garnering support for his ideas. Obama has a lower approval rate than Jimmy Carter. I mean, this is ridiculous, you guys. The president of the United States has a lower approval rate than the guy who took the country after World War II, when everything wasn't even. I mean, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, this is pretty crazy, you guys, because nobody wants him there, but then they're still putting on this act. That's why Hillary Clinton, when she testified on Benghazi, she was like, she's saying, yeah, well, I need more funds. I mean, there's nothing more annoying to me than a woman who just absolutely just pretends like she's not guilty for something she obviously is, and then goes ahead with her normal facade of just acting like everything's like right, and that she still has this credibility to just ask for more stuff after this, what looks like to be a cover-up that happened in Benghazi when our ambassador got murdered. I mean, you cannot act nonchalant about that, Miss Hillary Clinton. Somebody's got to go to jail. Somebody's got to get, pretty much pointed the finger at for that. And you know what? I would not mind seeing. I mean, I'm with Rand Paul. I agree with Rand Paul when he says Hillary Clinton should be relieved of her duties as Secretary of Defense or whatever joke she is in the Obama administration. She's a joke. I mean, nobody buys these acting games of theirs. These fake libertarians, man. I mean, these devil worshipping Democrats out there that they try to put on this act like they're so like everything's so politically correct, and they don't have to answer for anything that they do. It's so, and yet people for smoking weed are going to jail for long periods of time. I mean, we're living in a dystopic, future already, but we cannot just lie down to this tyranny and this corruption. We gotta stand up to it because it's all a front, you guys. All manipulation, domination, and intimidation is all a front, you guys. There is no real power. The power that you give it is with fear and ignorance. That's the only power that it gets. It's through how you perceive it, I guess. I mean, let's see. He also observed Republicans seem to be doing little, if anything, to fight back. They're watching themselves being targeted for elimination, and they're not doing anything about it, Limbaugh said. Where's the opposition to this? Not only is there not only opposition, there appears to be some real genuine fear of speaking out against any of this. Tom Bloomer of Newsbusters also reacted to Dickerson's piece, noting decades ago to demonstrate the leftist bias of most establishment press reporters. One needed to study their body of work over time. Many of them didn't make their political beliefs totally obvious until they retired or went elsewhere. Tom Brokaw, Walter Cronkite. These days, we usually don't have to wait too long for reporters' bias to show. Readers with strong stomachs should read Dickerson's whole column to comprehend the visceral disdain Dickerson has for Americans who have the nerve to point out that the nation can't possibly continue as it is if it continues to run trillion-dollar annual deficits and pile up debt at an even greater rate. How much time do I have? Because I'm going on a rant here. Okay, for you dummies out there that have to debate gun control and the fiscal cliff and the economy for more than 10 seconds, you guys are dummies, man. I mean, how long do you have to debate something to realize what the answer to it is? The answer to the economic crisis we have is not spending. Every time the president goes up there to announce what he's going to do and all these, all this, like, pretty much, I don't even know, but whatever his speech is about, he's just, it's never cut spending. And then he goes on and says, we're not a deadbeat nation. Yeah, you know what I mean? What does it say in the Bible about silver? Keep the dross with the silver. I mean, there's no backing to our paper. I mean, all we have is devalued paper money that is dishonest money that goes around everywhere. There is no silver or gold backing to our money. I mean, our economy is not an honest economy. It is on its way down. It's nosediving into the ground at 1,000 feet per minute. I mean, we're going into a collapse now. So, whoever is first to withdraw from, the national currency or whatever we are, because we are the backup currency of the world. I mean, pretty soon everyone's going to start backing out. They're going to start backing out, saying, you guys are devalued dollars and they're totally discredited. And you know what I mean? There's no backing of gold and silver behind our money. We're not cutting spending. We're continuing to spend. We're continuing to fund lazy people to sit on their butt all day and do nothing, collect welfare checks, be lazy, not contribute to their communities. And we're still taking away a lot more taxes from the people who get up every morning and work hard, like my mom, like all you guys as relatives out there that actually get up and do something to pull their own weight in this world around. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, no wonder we're heading to judgment now, because even in the Bible it tells you that God, he honors those who work for what they have. But you know what I mean? Now we have become a nation that we reward laziness and we demonize people who are hardworking and that have morals and ethics and value and honor things that are of value. I mean, we are